Hi, everybody. June here from Red Daisy Crafts in San Antonio, Texas. I am so glad to be here. Hey, Wanda. So glad to see you. Glad it's sunny there. We've been getting lots of rain here in San Antonio all day. Um, Pretty much regular all day today, which is highly unusual, but so glad to have the rain. We can always use it. But so glad to be here. And we are going to be playing again with the Painted Petals July Paper Pumpkin Kit. Got some alternate ideas for you today. And so before we get started, I just want to remind everybody about a few things. These are the coordinating add-on dies that are available while supplies last in the online store. I cut some of these out and just wanted you to see they're really good size. I'm so impressed with them. And this is the flower die that comes in the kit, so in the little set as well, and it's called Every Celebration, so don't miss out on that. Those will be useful not only this quarter but always, I would think. And I really like the dies that we've been getting in these little sets, so keep that in mind there while supplies last. So be sure and get those in your hands. Hi, Susan. Great to have you with us this week. The next paper pumpkin for August, the subscription period will end on August 10th. So be sure to make sure that you are going to get that paper pumpkin. It's a great value because there's going to be a surprise. Well, not really a surprise, but there is a stamp set, an extra one that's going to come in that kit, and it's going to have numbers on it. So looks like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 6 will be also 9. So really great stamp set to have for your stash. And so just we got a little surprise about this particular kit, and this is one of the cards that will come in that kit. This kit's going to have rose gold foiling, so it's looks like it's going to be really beautiful. Misty Moonlight, another favorite of everybody. And then September is coming, and I know there's a lot of unhappy people about no Halloween kit, but this looks really cute, I think. So let's see what's going to happen. I wonder if we're getting any wood slices in our kit. You know, it'll be a surprise, but I think it looks like it's going to be a fun kit anyhow. So maybe we'll be able to add some pumpkins from a prior stamp set of paper pumpkin and see what we can come up with. So that's my announcements for this time. And so we are going to go down to the table and get started. Let's see here. There we go. There's my little die cuts. Yes, these are very cute. I love them. All right, so I've been trying to decide where to begin today because I've got a few things. So I think I am going to start with something I came up with, and some of you may be familiar with this kit called Happy House Plants that is in our current online store. And if you're not familiar with it, I'll show you what it is. So Happy House Plants is a kit that has 4 frames in it. They're 6x6 frames. I say that, but I'm gonna have to probably double check. I believe they're 6x6 frames. So, and they come with all the ingredients as usual with our kits to create some fun little plant designs. And then there's die cuts that come in it for you to create the, again, all the instructions are here, but you get to create all of these little plant decorations. But I decided to use these frames with the July kit and come up with some little fun idea of what we could do to display these beautiful elements that have come with the July kit. So this is what the frames look like, and like I said, I'm pretty sure. So this frame edge to edge is 7 inches and 1/8. So the inside piece is going to be 6 inches by 6 inches. I already have these a little bit open because I wanted to save some time in the process here. And so I've got a little plan for you. And then we're going to put 2 of the frames together. And then the other 2 are already put together for you. So I'll show you those in a moment. This is just another way that you can decorate or utilize the monthly kits that come from Paper Pumpkin. And so I'm going to just move this little frame out of the way. So what I have done here is I'm using the card base that came in the kit. And because the card base is 5.5 by 8.5 inches, I literally made a 5.5 inch square. Okay, because although the space is 6 inches here, I'm only going to get a little bit over 4 inches, maybe 4.25 inches total inside the window of the frame. So I decided, well, I'm going to use my card bases to decorate this. All right, so that's one piece. And so we're going to use that. Then I pulled in some of this iridescent ribbon. And I'll be honest, I didn't even look to see if this is in the catalog still, but this is iridescent ribbon. It's 1/2 inch. And I am going to grab my bag of blender pens because I have a little bit of a mess going on still. And so I have my bag sitting right here by me until I get them back into their home. So I have this piece here, and I'm gonna find a cardboard piece. Here we go. And I'm gonna color this. I have old olive. This is the light old olive. And so I'm just gonna color this in. If you've never done this before, this is so great. I think it's great that we can actually use the blending pens to color, a lot of the ribbons. And it's still going to have a little bit of iridescence to it. But it's going to take, it won't take long to dry, but it's going to take more than a second or 2. So I'm just doing this first so that it can dry while we do the other things. And I think that's good. So yeah, so we're going to set that aside for the moment, and then we'll put our piece together here. So what I have done on all of these, because I did one of each of the card bases, okay, is I am trimming off the box that is going around, because I don't necessarily need that. And because we are within a particular space, not all of them fit. So to be consistent, I'm just coming in and I am trimming off all of that frame around the edge of the flower die cut piece. And so we're just getting rid of all of that. So I just wanted to show you kind of how I did that. not too hard, but maybe a little tedious, and maybe not everybody would want to do that. But I love these frames because you could do so many things with them besides the plants that come with that kit. And to be honest, it's really, fairly inexpensive kit because it's just 25 plus tax and shipping, of course. But you get 4 frames, and there isn't glass. It's like a plexiglass lining that we're gonna put on here to have a cover on it, but you will see that in just a moment. And um, so I just think it's a neat little idea that we can, use them to create so many different things. I actually took a little local Stampin' Up demo class, and we did the frames with the coffee, the online exclusive, the one with the coffee cups and all of that. We did I made 4 frames like that. So really super, super cute. Um, so that's sort of what um, got me into thinking, like, what else can I do with this kit because it's so gorgeous. And you've seen other people out there, making frames, and I want to do something different. So I wanted to bring in this other kit and show you some opportunities to perhaps use the frames in case you didn't really care for the plants. So um, here we go. I've just almost got this all trimmed off, and we'll get this put together. So have any of you got this kit with the frames or not? And if you have, let me know. I'm curious if you have seen the plants kit. So I'm now just going to add some dimensionals to the back of our die cut. And I know that it's going to get closed in, but you will see that you can still see the dimension um, in the frame with the die. So I definitely want to make sure that I keep that element of all of this. And so, all right, so we've got several dimensionals on here. I'm going to take off the covers of them. Normally wouldn't put this many on the card, but because this is going to be in the frame and I want that dimension to show, I am building it up. So I've given it a pretty good amount of coverage. All right, so this one I am moving just ever so slightly to the right because out of all the floral pieces, this one is kind of shifted closer to the folds than the other ones. So I'm just going in that direction with it. And then I have my little frame border here. And so I'm just kind of, checking it out to see where I could place this. And I think that looks pretty good, but I want to see if I could get it all the way over. I can. Yes. So what I'm doing is I'm noticing under here that I'm going to be basically putting it as close as I can to this corner when I flip it over. Okay. But now this is dry, and so I want to add this to here. And so I'm going to get this put on here before we start to put that together. Now I thought I had some glue dots out here that I had brought out. Guess I have already misplaced them. My box, my other one was empty, so I'm getting a new box of dimensionals out. All right. So let's see. I'm just going to put one on here. And then we're going to wrap this around here like so. And then I'll get another one. All right, so there we go, like that. So just put that little ribbon on there. That's really very pretty. Again, it's going to be this corner. So the way that I'm doing this is I am putting dimensionals on here because, again, I want to have that dimension show within the frame. Okay, so I am just putting 2 dimensionals right there so I can just line this up. Oops, it's not straight. I want it to be straight. Right there. All right, and then I'm just going to check it out so it looks good within the frame. And then I am going to get 2 more dimensionals. And I'm going to lift this up and put this right at the edge of the frame. Oh gosh, what is that? This border piece. So now we have that laid in there and you can see the dimensions pretty good. Okay. And so now we're going to put it into the frame so that you can see what it looks like. So the frame comes, like I said, with this very kind of a thicker type of window sheet in a sense, but it's got some covers on it to keep it clean and pretty, no scratches or whatever. And so I'm going to put that in like so, and then we are going to make sure we have this going in the right direction. Okay, and then we'll put the back on here like so. And what is so great about these frames is I'm using my bone folder to just pop these little guards down. And because that can be a little tough on the fingers. And so that's that piece of it. But what I love about these is you can just reuse them. You can just change this up. And so there you have this first one for you to see. I'm trying not to get the glare on it. There we go. And you can still see the dimension in that frame. And I love that about it. So that is what I did with all 3 of the card bases, and I'll show them all to you in a moment. But I wanted to also show you what I'm doing with the 4th one. So I used, I'm going to use the daisy one twice in the 4 frames. So what I have here is the piece that came in the kit. I'm just turning it over in case I should ever decide I want to use it. And so I am just going to start by putting these on here. And do I have one handy? I don't. I guess I'll just use glue. I was thinking I had a tape runner, one of the seal here. My glue is almost to the end and I'm going to have to change it. I got a new one sitting right here. All right, so I'm just placing these. I used some of the card bases that I had remaining from making the cut on there, making those 5.5 by 5.5. And so now I am using, let me just go ahead and open this up so that I'm not shaking in all the things. throughout this whole thing because that's pretty much to the end. And I am going to make sure that the design is all going in the right direction when I put this down. So all the little lines that are in the designer piece of it are all kind of going in this direction. So that is, I'm going to try and keep that as we go through this whole process. So just making sure I got the right angle here. And so now I am going to have the opposite colors coming in here, like so. And again, this side, let's make sure we got the right one fitting in. There we go. And this will be the fourth of the frames. So just making sure that all that is, this is going to get covered up. So if it doesn't match up perfectly, but we got a pretty good, we got it pretty good right here, but it's going to get pretty much covered up. Okay. And so we have this that we're going to bring in and pop up right on here. Now this one, I am going to leave the box, fortunately, and I'm going to trim off this bottom part so that it's straight across here. And that way it won't have any hangover or anything like that. Okay. And so this is going to get popped up right on here like so. And so get our dimensionals here. Again, we're going to have quite a few of these so that we can have a good pop-up effect, right, whenever we put our frame together. So what do you think of this idea? Do you like it? Is this something you would do? Do you have a frame that you could put yours in? I think they're so pretty. You know, you could put some of the sentiments on there. I chose not to, but you certainly could. And I will say, a little surprise is next week I have a sampler I put together. I'm almost done putting it together, but I have a sampler to share next week. And no promises, but if I can, I will include the dimensions of the pieces before the live in case any of you want to play along with next week. So that is this frame. So let me get this one out. And I, again, just almost pulled everything up, but I wanted to just show you what I was doing. And I'm using my bone folder. It is not scratching or affecting my bone folder at all. And so let's just get this off of here. And we'll get this put together and then we'll make some cards. I have some cards to show you, but I just love this idea. Oh, hi, Kim. Great to have you join today. And let's see here. Let's get this in the right direction, like so. Just make sure. Yep, that's it. All right. And so the card pieces that I cut after, excuse me, the 4 squares that I put down, those are 3 inches by 3 inches. It was just perfect for what I had left from, you know, doing the 5.5 by 5.5 piece. So 3 inches was perfect. All right. So there you have that one. Okay. And so these are all the frames. I'll get the other ones out for you to see. Oh, I forgot to put my thing in there. Well, I'm not going to take your time doing that. I may leave it without it. It looks so nice. Now, you could hang these up together, or you could give them out individually as, you know, a gift to a friend. So here are the other ones that I made. So let me see if I can get this so that you're not getting all the glare. That's a little bit better. Sorry, because of the plastic pieces, it's hard to not get the glare. So let's see if that's a little bit better. But aren't they beautiful? Aren't they beautiful? And I think you could just have all four of these together in a deal. The frame is actually a kit, Kim, from Stampin Up, called the Happy Houseplants, and the frame end to end is like 7 1/8 by 7 1/8, but the piece on the inside is 6 by 6. And I just think they came out so nice. I hope you like them. I did use ribbon in here, and this is from the New In Colors. So this is Peach Pie ribbon in here, and this is Pretty in Pink ribbon in here. But that's really all I did, was I used the card bases and popped them up. And yeah, I think they're so pretty. I really think they're so pretty. And like I said, they could be a nice little gift for somebody, you know, maybe a shut-in of some sort, but also hanging together. So just wanted to share that idea with you. And again, we have those frames. I love that they're very lightweight. There's no glass, so you don't have to worry about breaking. And I just think they would make a very nice gift. So there we go. There's the pink one. There's the one with all the colors. And again, each one of those squares was 3 by 3. And then here's the one we made together. And here is the Calypso Coral one. So yay, so fun. I hope you liked that idea, and I'll get these out of our way and we will move on to cards. We'll make some cards. Okay, you just get a little drink, and we will get busy with the next one. All right, so this one is a pretty simple idea. Again, just you know, picking up on some of the ideas that I've seen out there and just giving my own little twist to it. Oh, thank you, Wanda. I'm so glad you like them. I know the kit is not a popular kit. I think people are not in love with those plants, but I thought, oh, this would be such a great way to use those frames. And to be honest, with us having all the 6 by 6 papers, you could change those out all year round to have something else. So just a fun idea. So this was my sample that I made, and we are going to make the same kind of concept with the Calypso Coral card. Okay. And so I start out by doing some stamping on here with the flower. And so I'm going to need to clean my stamp because I didn't clean it from earlier. So let me do that really quick. Oh, maybe I had cleaned it. It's just that Melon Mambo has it all a little bit stained. So where is, okay, I need my Calypso Coral ink. Yes. All right, so we're going to have a little bit of tone on tone stamping here. And I'm going to get my foam mat here. I may even need a little scrap paper eventually, which I have right here. So let's just do this here. I have my little envelope, leftover envelope piece that I'm using as scrap. All right, so I'm just taking the floral stamp and I'm just stamping right on here. And I love tone on tone stamping, especially when it allows us to make like a faux background, right? And so I am coming in here off of here so that we can have additional flowers on here like so. And then we'll do another one over here. I think like this. All right, so that's what we have. Again, this is background, so it doesn't have to be perfect, right? It's just gonna provide a little bit of texture to the background, okay? And so we are going to fold this way with our card base, okay? And then we're gonna fold this back on itself. And you just want to make sure you get it all the way to the edge there and hold it down firmly so you can get a nice fold. Now I could have put it in my yes, I could also use Versamark. Exactly. If you do not have Calypso Coral, Versamark would pretty much give the same effect. You're right, Susan. Thank you. Yes, very nice. I like it too, Kim. All right, so as you can see, now we just have those images on here, okay? And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to play with our die cut, and we're going to have to glue on the back of here. So I am getting my messy page right here, and my new glue. So hopefully I should be able to get out some little baby dots because I don't need a lot. I just need some to hold it down. So I'm just doing some little tiny dots here. Now, another way to do this, and I just could not grab my silicone mat, is you could use a sponge to tap on here with a silicone mat underneath. That's another great way to put glue on the back of here. So I think I got this pretty well. All right. And I have just left a very small border around the frame. And I'm just doing my best to basically try and get this on here as straight as possible. Like so. Okay. And so there you have that. I have a messy desk, don't I? Messy desk. Let me just take a second here to get this kind of cleaned up because that's bugging me. And then we will feel better here. All right, so that's a little bit better. I just need to get rid of this out of the way. There we go. All right, so we have this piece now is all glued on, okay? And we have little things hanging off, but that's okay. And so basically I want this to be centered. So it's not going to, it's not going to be fully on here. And so I love that we have the design coming out from behind it. Okay. And basically we are going to put some dimensionals on here. And let's see, thought I had one. All right, so I am going to just lay these right at the edge of this fold. All right. All right, so that's going to take care of that. All right, this part of it. But I think I can also put one on each end here, and then maybe one in the middle. And they won't interfere with each other when we put it down, and that'll give it some good security. All right, so that's what we got for our dimensionals. All right, so let's get our covers off of here and get rid of those. And so now we are going to line this up. I like to use my grid board here to help. And so I know I want that to go there. I'm eyeballing, but I'm also using my grid paper to help me get this laid down. So I believe that's pretty close to the middle. Okay. Yeah, what are the dimensions? Okay, good question. So this Calypso coral piece, the black is 2 3/8. No, sorry. 2 3/16 is what it is. 2 3/16. Okay. And then it is by 4.5. Okay. And then the pink one, while I'm here and doing it, the pink one is gosh. I'm trying to figure out how to tell you. So it is 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 12/16. So it is literally the line past the 5/8. Okay. And then that is by 4 inches. Okay. I didn't do the other one, so I don't have the dimension for that, but that's what we have here. All right, then the next thing I did here that I thought was really fun is I used, again, the ribbon from the in colors. So I had used on this one the Pretty in Pink right here. I don't know if you can see that little fun bow I made. But I used I want to make the peach pie, and I'll show you what I did. Okay. So I'm just kind of fraying this out. All right. And I'm going to pull out some of these strands. So it'll take a little bit of time, but once we get one started, it won't be hard. All right. So I'm just pulling out a couple of the strings here, and well, there we go. It takes a minute usually to get them started, but okay, we got 2 out. I think I need about 6 of them. So this is as you get going, you can get more out of it at one time. But I like I don't want bulk on my card is the deal. Okay. And so I'm trying to get some frillies, okay, without having all of the bulk that this ribbon would do to my card if I were to put a bow on it. So that's just my thoughts. And not everybody wants to mess with this, but for anybody who does, I'm going to show you how I did it. So I'm trying to do too many at one time, so it's a little tougher. You don't have to do as many as I'm doing, but now I have the 6 I need. And let me just show you, like, up close here. You can see how it just is taking out some of the strands of the ribbon. Okay. And so we have our 2 pieces that we pulled out. Okay. And so I am going to make a bow with this, like so. And I'm going to mess around with it to get it the right size. Okay. And so there's our fun little bow. So there you can see it. Just really delicate. Okay. And so we have that piece. And then I'm going to take this green piece, or maybe we'll do the orange. I think that would be fine. I may have to trim this down. Looks like I need to trim about 1/8 of an inch off of here, because I'm gluing that down across there. So I'm just going to trim off 1/8 of an inch. I think that should take care of it. And that's going to fit across the black piece end to end. Okay, so as you can see. And then we will need to stamp our sentiments. So let me get the sentiment bubbles out here. And I'm going to move our ribbon, get rid of this. And let's see what sentiment we want. I used You're Simply the Best on that one. Let me just see what we have here. Friends like you make life beautiful. Let's do that. So I think that goes with this one. Well, that looks really huge. It can't be a big. So I guess I'll stick with the same one that I did earlier, only because of size, because of the space we have. I suppose I could just do the little hello, but I really like the bubble. So let's get our Calypso Coral ink one more time. All right. And let's do this one. Yep. Okay. You're Simply the Best. Go up here. Let's see if I got that. I think I got it pretty straight. We'll find out, won't we? Yes, that looks pretty good. All right, so let's put the ink away and we'll pop out our words here. And we will finish up our card. All right, so like I said, this little strip is going to get glued down edge to edge over the stems, okay? And so it's just going to go right here, like so. And then I'm putting one little dimensional on the back of here. There we go. And this is gonna go right here. Okay, so that's how that looks right there. All right, now as you can see, this folds in. Okay, so you could even mail it like this, even if you wanted, you know, to keep it a little bit more protected. We have our stems here that are going to need to may need to make this a little smaller because this is just such a small area that we're working with there. And then we're going to need to trim our stems. And my little snips are not good for this, so I got to grab my other yucky scissors. So there we go. That's better. All right, so I am going to get my glue dots right here and put our little tiny little ribbon bow on here. I'll grab it off of there with my scissors, and I'm going to fold that glue dot back on itself. There we go. And then I'm going to tuck this right in under here, like so. All right. So that's how our little bow is going on there. Okay. And then we have some sequins. So let's put some sequin on our card. So I'm going to put one up here and one down here. I mostly have large ones left, so I'm kind of laying these out a little differently than I normally do. So you can see there how that looks. That's sweet. I mean, so simple, right? We didn't need anything extra for this other than the little black pieces of cardstock. And so there's our two same card idea, right? So two simple alternate ideas, very, very easy. I'm sure y'all have black paper, all that fun, right? Okay. The next one I have is, this is my last one today. All right. So this was a card that I got in a swap. I think it was from, I think it was from going to Onstage, and it's a little bit of a different fold than I normally do whenever I make this kind of a card. So I made this one, but I had all this white space here still. And to be honest, I didn't love it. Okay. So I remembered this one. And so I pulled it out. And so we're going to make this card. So this is 4.5 by 11, or I'm sorry, 4.25 by 11. And we're going to score it at 2 1/4. Okay. And 5.5. So let's do our scoring together. I have most of the other pieces put together already for you. Okay, so we're going to score at 2 1/4. So right here. Okay, and then 5.5. And I like this because I think it, covers up that extra space. All right. And looks nice. So I have my liner for this card. All right. So it's going to go like this. And then this one is going to fold back. And see, that's the difference. If you can see here, is it's not folding all the way back, which is how I did my first one. So I think that that's the way that I decided to go. Hi, Gigi. Great for you to join. Welcome to the live. Glad you're here. Okay, Kim. We'll catch you next time. Have a great rest of your day and weekend. All right, so this piece is going to go inside. Okay, that's what we're going to start with. This is not going to be too hard here. Okay. And we're just going to place that on the inside. This is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And get that placed down. Okay. And then I have cut this from the envelope. Now it actually worked out perfectly that I could get part of the envelope for this with the flowers and the other part was without the flowers. And this piece is going to go right here. Okay. And it's going to be behind here. So I am going to put that down. And I will tell you the dimensions of this piece. So that is 2 1/2 by 4 inches. Okay. All right. So that's that piece. All right. Then the floral piece is going to go right here on the end, like so. And it goes edge to edge on the liner piece. So it's 4 inches by 1 1/2 inches. Now I could have made this wider, but I was following the other card instructions. So you could do whatever you want, but I think you'll see like the 1 1/2 is enough. And actually, if I remember correctly, I have another 1 1/2 piece so that I can make a second card if I wanted, because it worked out. Part of the flowers were left on this other piece. Okay. So then I have a piece of cardstock. This is Calypso Coral. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inches. And I don't know if you can see it, but I embossed it. Okay. With the little embossing folder. And that is going to go edge to edge. And it almost closes up the gap. I may decide to do this all the way over so that it covers it and have a little edge here. That's fine. I'm going to do that. So, feels like this could have been a little wider. I'm wondering, did I cut it wrong? No, it's the same size. This was wider. Okay. My error then. Okay. So we have, oh, I see what I did. This piece should have been here and this piece should have been here. It's okay. We're making it work. All right. See what happens when you just keep thinking about what you're doing. You can change things up and everything's going to be just fine. All right. So I'm just going to make this about 1/4 of an inch over to the left. Oh, I don't want all of that on there. Oh, I am just causing all kinds of problems today. All right, I'm going to get some of my glue off of here because I don't need it. There we go. And I'll fix that, but I don't need all of that. All right. So we are going to put this down like so. And then I'm just holding this up so it doesn't get stuck because I'm going to fix it. We're going to put something back here. Yes, we are. So let me just find my other piece of Calypso Coral. I'm going to put down here. So I need about 1/2 an inch of this. Maybe there. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I need. All right, so now that comes all the way over, and I don't have my glue back here causing issues. This is what happens. We just go with the flow. All right, so now we have a white piece that we're going to put on here, but before we do, we're going to stamp and do some coloring. Okay, and so we're going to use the flower stamp again, and I'm going to bring in my memento. We're going to clean the block so that we can use our memento ink, and then we're going to color. And I have my markers out here. So let's see. I'm going to get my foam mat, my coloring stuff. Here we go. All these things. All right, so here we go. So the memento ink is what we want when we are creating or coloring with our blends markers, the alcohol ink markers. Let's see here. I really want to have more than one flower on here. I hope I can figure out how I want this to go. There we go. One more. There we go. I think that's going to work. Okay, so put that away. And I have my pens out here. And so we're going to do some coloring, okay? And let's see. My melon mambo. Yep. So we'll see what we end up with on here. Okay. So it doesn't matter if that's this side or not. And we're all white, so it shouldn't make a difference. I've seen things where if you're coloring on the back side of something that already had color on it, that sometimes it'll shift the colors a bit. And so I didn't want that to be the case. All right, so let's come in here with our dark peach pie. Okay, and I'm going to come now with the lighter one, and I'm going to color this out, blending. And I can come back in with the darker one as well, and put in more dimension in here. I'm going to keep going around. So let's do, here's the dark melon mambo. And I know we have a Calypso Coral card, but I really, I really think that you can have all the colors on the flowers to just bring in more color into the card. So that's why I'm not using Calypso Coral, because we've already got some Calypso Coral flowers on the paper. So I'm just bringing in some of these other colors. And we'll come back in with the dark again. Now this one, I think I have to do some more blending here. And then I want to do the Pretty in Pink, which is another lighter color. This is the light, this is the dark. All right, and so I'm just coming in here like so. You know, you don't have to be a master colorer to be able to do this. I hope this is telling you that anybody can do this. You know, you just have to be able to kind of color in the lines, right? And so we have a garden full of colorful flowers. That's what we have here. So do you guys like to color with the blender pens, or I mean just Stampin' Blends, I guess is what these are, the blends markers. I'm curious if you guys like to use them or you don't like them. I love coloring with them. I think it's kind of therapeutic. Might be a little bit hard to do on a live because I have to concentrate and then also talk. All right, so now I'm going to come in here and do this littler flower, and I'm using the dark all on the one side, and I'm going to use the light completely on the other. So nobody uses the blends. Oh, you haven't tried them, Gigi. They're so easy. I mean, I love them because they just feel like I can do more than without them. So, all right, so this is the dark Pretty in Pink. So here we go with this one. And then we're going to do the green, and this will be done. So, very fun to color with all of these markers. All right, here's our dark Old Olive, and get that to close. All right. You want to come back into the color if you're trying to blend before it dries too completely, because the alcohol, as long as it's a little bit wet, you can definitely get it to blend out. Just gonna do these little guys right here with the light Old Olive, and let's come down here. These are going to be super easy to get done. Out of the camera, sorry about that. This is the hard part, is talking and coloring to you guys. So we are almost done here. Are they new? The blends have been around for a few years. I mean, we had them initially and then they kind of went away. And then they revamped them. So I don't know if you're familiar with Copic markers. They're similar to Copics, but they're different. Our line comes, when you get them, you get two, a light and a dark by color. But you need to have a particular ink to use with them, because the Memento ink is intended for that. Whereas the other ones are, if you use the stays on, that doesn't work as well. I'm just going over my stems very lightly here, just because I don't want all that black line stuff happening. So I don't know how you feel about that. The more I looked at it, the more I was like, I just don't want that anymore. All right, so that's our piece, and that's going to go right on here. And I love that. As long as we have something tying it together, I think it all goes very nicely. They are by Stampin' Up. They're called Stampin' Blends. And I don't think we have one for every color that we have, but just about every color. So this is going to go right on here like so. We're going to put it on with some dimensionals, and then we're going to add our sentiment. We have to stamp our sentiment, which I think I'm going to stamp with black ink to kind of go and tie back to this piece. Now, because you'll notice here, it bleeds to the back of here. That's why I was using this paper, because alcohol markers really bleed. And so you want to be careful. But as you can see, there's pretty good bleed on it. So yes. All right. So I am putting this on the embossed piece here. There's a little extra of the Calypso Coral here, and I'm not using that. So it's literally from here to here is where I'm putting it. Now let's figure out, we can use this green piece to come in here for our sentiment. I could go the other way. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'd rather come off the front here. And let's figure out what kind of sentiment we're going to use. So, because we could use a bigger one on here. So I do love this one. Let's celebrate you. I think that's this one here. So let's do that one. So I'm just going to get the black ink again, and we're going to use that here. All right. Lining that up on our little bubbles. And there we have it. Let's celebrate you. See? And I love these little bubbles that they gave us. It's like fussy cutting without fussy cutting. All right, so now let's put this on. I'm going to use one of our little strips if I can get my hands around it. Okay. Whoops. I guess I only pulled off the paper, the cover of it. So let's just get it off of here. There we go. All right, so that's gonna go right here, like so. And then I have mini dimensionals. I'm gonna put a couple of mini dimensionals on here, like so. And then we'll put one in the middle. There we go. And we'll take these covers off of here. And we will put this one down right in the center of that, like so. And that's where we are so far. Okay. And so let's just add some sequin to this. All right. Again, I'm pretty much out of my small sequin, so I'm just going to put these on like so. And there is our card. So what do you think of that one? Isn't that beautiful? And I love the coloring. I hope you can see it really good. So pretty. I love it. And as you can tell, like, it's not that much different, but I like this flow better than I liked this one, is the thing. And so neither one is wrong. It's just a different layout, okay? And a different kind of Z fold. Oh, thanks, Susan. Oh, y'all are so nice. Thank you, Gigi. Glad you're here. And so today we have had lots of fun. We made the frames. I'm going to pull all this out, see if I can clean up my mess a little bit and show one more time. Get my markers put back in my bag. And let's see here. We made this card, and we made this card here. And then we played with the frames, and we made this one here, and we made this one today. So much fun, right? All the fun. And I hope that you like all these ideas. Like I said, next week I have a sampler planned. I'm really excited about it. And if I can, I will put together the dimensionals beforehand so that you guys can see those. Yeah, so thank you so much for everybody joining. And I look forward to seeing you next week and in the group. Check in, tell me how you're doing, share a card. I'd love to see what you're making. So we had such a fun craft and connect yesterday. So if you're in the group, be sure to come and craft and connect with us next time. So thanks, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and a great week ahead. Bye-bye.